Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is the Lorraine 155 mle.51, the Tier 8 French SPG, and we're located on the northeast spawn of Glacier, the new map that Wargaming has brought out with the 1.0 release, and it's quite an interesting map because it's rather a bit of an oval. It's a battle happening everywhere sort of map. And battle has commenced. And the commander of this vehicle is microzap. Microzap's a member of my clan, so I'll be very interested to see how he gets on. I say my clan, but he's actually in W-Uni, which is part of Havoc. And I'm a member of Havoc. Okay, microzap's gone off into the trees. From here he can hit just about everything. Okay, and he's now looking for a target to fire at. And there's plenty he can shoot at. And there's a Panther 2 trying to climb that rock face and of course failing. And he's almost fully dialed in, but I think what he's going to go for instead is that IS. And oh, well, he splashed it between the IS and the AMX 65 ton. He's got some stun on the 65, on the IS rather. In fact, he's got stun on both. And he's picked up some stun assist off the IS. And he's been tracked, so in a few seconds he's going to be completed his reload and the IS has gone down. So going after the 65 ton. Well, it lands near but not close enough to actually get some stun. He's got a 24.76 reload on this particular Arty. It's got a 155mm howitzer. It was designed in 1951, which is why it's got the model number 51. But of course this Arty was never actually built, or rather produced, because they cancelled the project in favour of the Bachatillon designs. And he's lost sight of that AMX 65 ton. And unfortunately there's something in the way of the gun that's stopping him from getting at that Panther 2. Okay, there's a T21 and he can hit that for sure. Dialing in and round out. It hit the rock face. That was RNG, I'm afraid. You can see where the shell crater is, just ahead of the T21. He's having another look. And the T21's gone down. Now there was a Churchill 7 there. There's an M6, so he can hit that. It's out in the open. It's moving forward, but he should be able to give it enough lead to get a hit. Round out. Well, it stuns him, and he's picked up some stun assist. He's up to 1,235 hit points of stun assist so far. And that T43 is going through that overhang at the moment. So it's very difficult to hit targets in that area. All the rocks get in the way. But that's Panther 2, he can definitely hit that. Round out. That must have been close. Right, the northwest corner is it's got some fairly good hiding places for tanks up there. But he's decided not to go for the VK3001D. Instead, he's going to have a look down here in this corner because there's a T43 going through the rock overhang. And there's that Panther 2 again. Unfortunately, that Panther 2 is very close to being wiped out by the Samur, and he has been. And he fires the round in, but too late. And unfortunately, that means that he doesn't pick anything up off that Panther 2. And I can see a T-71DA has actually gone up the aircraft carrier on one side, thinking he can shoot from the top. And I think he might be a bit disappointed. Now you can see that overhang there. It sort of like gets in the way of shells coming in. Although I suppose with the trajectory of these shells, they'll just go underneath the overhang. It might be a problem if you're trying to shoot round the corner. Okay, there's the 3001D. And you can hit that. Just. But more interesting is this shot here on the Churchill 7. He's dialed in, round out. And he hit the target. He definitely hit that Churchill. And the VK3001D's gone down. Now they're one tank ahead. Well, they were one tank ahead. They're not anymore. There's the 65 ton again. And he hasn't really moved that much. Neither is the 87. They're sort of like hiding in that corner, not wanting to go out any further. Round out. Ooh, made a lovely noise as it went in there. Make that whizzing noise as they go through the air. No, you can't see the 87, but I suspect that 87 is still around that corner. And the other Arty managed to get a shot in there. That's the GW Panther. Managed to get a shot into that corner. And as microzap had actually stunned the 65 ton, he picked up some stun assists. And that AMX M445 is definitely after that T43. Now, can microzap help? Well, the GW has stunned him. And the 3001 goes diving in and takes out the T43. But there's that AMX 65 ton is very close by. So's the 87. And unfortunately we just lost the VK3001P. He was taken out by the M12. Round out on the 87. No. I don't know if we got some stun, but we certainly didn't get a direct hit. There's the enemy M44. He's been spotted by the Churchill 7. Okay, we're dialing in. If he's got 6th sense, he's going to start moving any second now. If he stays where he is, he hasn't got 6th sense, and he may not know. And there's the other Arty, just in close proximity. And the GW Panther is quick off the mark, and he manages to get the kill just before microzap does. But the other enemy Arty was there. The M12, he was... I saw the tracer just a second or so ago. He was in those bushes next door. There's the Hellcat hiding. And he's taken out by the GW Panther, who's obviously a very good player. That's his 2nd kill. And in fact, actually, the Panther says, nice shot. There's the T-71 hiding up on the aircraft carrier, shooting at the Panther. Oh, he's been taken out. Ouch. Well, it looks to me like the Samur is going to go up onto the aircraft carrier ramp and try and climb up and take out that T-71. The M44 is relocating. I'm pretty certain... Oh, the T-71s meet the Samur on the way up. He's coming down. The Samur is going up. I don't think that T-71 is going to last very long. He will get torn to shreds by the Samur. And he has. He's lost a lot of hit points. In fact, he dives off the edge to try and get away that way. Those Samurs are really deadly. 5 shots, autoloaders. And they've got enough power to wipe out the target with... almost wipe out the target with 1 volley. There he is. Right, microzap's going to relocate. The big worry is where that T-71 might have got to. He could be headed over in this direction. I'm pretty certain the other Arty is in H1. Whilst the M44 was firing, I did see tracer coming from another Arty in the bushes next door. It probably would be a good idea for whilst during these lulls where we haven't got anything to fire at, if you had a quick look over in grid square H1 to see if you can see the tracer. There's the T-71. Okay, he's close by and... it's a good shot there! He led him just enough to wipe him out. And that's his first kill of the game. And so you've always got to work out exactly how much lead to give to a tank if it's going to start moving. And he did that perfectly, but he was very, very close. And I'm not sure that T-71 realised that he was in that much danger. The only trouble is he would have been spotted by the enemy Arty. And so really he ought to relocate. At least I think he would have been spotted. Now the AMX M445 is going to try and get the 87. And the others are saying the 87 is easy to deal with. But that's all very well and good for an Arty, because an Arty can hit it with sufficient HE to get through the hull. But I'm not so sure the AMX M445 wants to test that theory with his hull. There's the 87. Okay. Now, ideally, one of the Artys needs to relocate to shoot him from the other side of the corner. Round out. Trying to loop the shell over. Oh, it doesn't. It hits the rock face. And the M4's going in after that 87. He's fired one round in. And the GW has just struck him and stunned him. And he's getting hit again by the M4. Oh, and we've lost the M4. He was taken out by the enemy M4043. Round out on the 87. And that's a kill shot. 26 hit points, but that was enough. And that's his second kill of the game. Now it's Arty versus Arty. 2 Artys versus 2 Artys. Now on our side, we've got the Lorraine of microzap and the M44. Unfortunately, we lost the GW Panther. And on the enemy side, we've got the M40, M43 who's got 2 kills, and the M12 who's got 3. But I think I know where one of those Artys is. It's in grid square H1. Now, he might have moved by now. He might have. But the ideal person to go spotting is microzap, because he's got the fastest Arty in the game. Fastest Arty on the board at the moment. The M44 is the second fastest Arty. The other two are quite slow. The M40, M43 and the M12 are both slow Artys. The M12 is based on the M3 chassis. The M40, M43 is based on the M4 chassis. But the M44 is based on the Walker Bulldog chassis. So it's a lot faster. And of course the Lorraine is based on the Lorraine 40-ton chassis. That's a fast medium tank. And they found him. They found the first one, the M40. It's been spotted. There he is, making his way across. The M44 shotguns him, misses, but microzap puts a round directly into the side. And the M44, oh, he got hit by an Arty shot. I think that may have been from the M12. And the M40 is trying to get away, but he's not going to get away before microzap reloads. And there's the enemy M12. And he's coming in to try and attack the M44. Line him up for a shot and round out. Oh, he missed, but he stunned the M12. Right, that M40 is probably going to be reloaded by now. The good thing is the M44 is spotting for microzap, and he's going to hit that M40 right in the rear and take him out. Ready for it. Ready. Get out of the way and round out. And that kills the M40 with splash. Now, there's only one more Arty to go, the M12, and he can't have moved very far. He must be around the other side of the rock face at the moment. They're going around that island, chasing each other. Now, sooner or later, one of them is going to spot the other, because the M44 is faster than the M12. There's the M12. It's coming up behind the M44. And he has killed the M44, but microzap fires a round in, gets 163 hit points and tracks the M12. And remember, microzap's got the fastest Arty in the game, so now he can move in on that M12. Oh, don't fall over. That's it, don't turn yourself over. But he'll get to that position. I doubt that he'll get there before the M12 reloads. But that's the 1 minute hooter. 1 minute to kill an M12, and there he is! And of course microzap is fully loaded, ready to go. Oh, he almost tracked himself there. Line him up. Oh, and he's derped it. Oh dear, now he needs to move as fast as he can. Either get behind cover. That M12 is loaded. Oh dear, this could be awkward. And he's received a hit for 262, but the M12 failed to do it, which means now microzap can zap that M12 in the face with a full round and take him out the game. And that's what the M12 should have done. He should have driven up to microzap and put it right in his face, and microzap wins the game by being cool-headed. Wow, let's have a look at the end of battle stats for that one. And it's a first-class tanker for microzap of W-Uni in the Lorraine 155 mle.51. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. And he got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. And that's exactly what he got. Now, he didn't come top on damage. He came third, 1,638 hit points. But he did come top when it came to kills with 4. And he came top when it came to base XP of 1,012. He fired 20 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration and 10 splash. Did damage of 1,638, of which 1,313 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, 1 penetration, and that was from the M12. He also damaged 8 enemy vehicles and killed 4 of them. And he did damage assistance, or stun assistance rather I should say, of 1,526 hit points off 11 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 36,749 credits, and he got a personal missions payout for 10,000 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had a profit of 18,859. He received 1,518 XP, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, and he got a personal missions payout again of 759, meaning his grand total came to 3,795. So really good Arty face-off at the end, very, very tense, especially when all those shotguns missed. I think the one bit of hint I would have said actually, and my tip to microzap would be, when you're in a situation like that where you're chasing an M12 and you know that M12 is a lot slower than you, then you can outmaneuver him, and you can actually just drive up and keep driving behind him until you're absolutely right behind him and you derp him in the rear. He's going to have to try and stop and turn to face you sooner or later, at which point you'll catch up. But if he doesn't, if he just tries to keep on running, you will catch up with him, and you will catch up with him on the move and then shoot him in the rear. So in those situations where you're trying to do a shotgun, rather than actually try and do a shotgun on the fly, especially when the vehicle's trying to move across in front of you, try and drive up to them as close as you can get, so that the moment the shell goes in, even if it misses them, the splash will be enough to take them out. But other than that, it was a really spectacular end to it, that you actually kept your cool at the end and took out that M12 after he fluffed his shot, that you just sort of like drove up, put your gun to him, and bang, and out of the game he goes and you win. So well done there, microzap. I hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.